why people go out of the industry and try and build solutions when there's so much just ready to go. When I started writing the books on strategic transformation, digital transformation, disruptive fintech, the thing that I spent some time doing was talking to literally hundreds of C-level executives and over 100 CEOs, and began to categorize how they make decisions, types of data they use, the things they want to do. And what happened is it kind of fell into buckets. People would say, well, I want to do this, this, and this, and it fell into this bucket. I want to do this, this, and fell into this bucket. And what I think you've designed is to take that domain knowledge of what executives look at and engineer it into Coheus. You could certainly start with Salesforce or Domo or any of the other platforms out there, but then you have a couple questions. One is my data the right data? Number two, am I mapping my data correctly? Number three, are the technical people designing things really understanding the mortgage business? And then number four, time to implementation takes forever. One of the people that you mentioned at a large GSE said that all he wanted to do was to get this report, and the Tableau analyst took 3 weeks to deliver 50,000 lines of code, which didn't answer his question. So
that domain knowledge has been acquired and integrated into each aspect of Coheus in the form of a playbook. That domain knowledge comes from both the knowledge of our staff and design architects, as well as incorporating the interviews of more than 100 CEOs and 200 other executives as I've wrote the Digitally Transforming, Strategically Transforming, and Disruptive FinTech book series on mortgage banking. All of this domain knowledge is incorporated into Coheus in the form of a playbook. That playbook has chapters. It includes the final disposition of loans that have been decisioned, as well as a look at the active pipeline. It looks at closing projections and the ability to go through and analyze pull-through, as well as a snapshot of the loan cycle, which includes credit pulls, apps, loan estimates, approved loans, closed loans, and loans that have been sold to investors. Another element is the high performers, both branch, producer, and channel, as well as the producer metrics. Also included are the credit box of all the loans, both in the pipeline as well as closed loans, and the milestone status for a snapshot of your pipeline and where every loan in that pipeline stands. A look at the investor and warehouse status is also available on demand. And speaking of information on demand, we also have ad hoc reporting that provides easy access with point and click simplicity to get that information that you need. This is just an overview of the chapters that are in the playbook. I'd like to show you the actual system, and this is the welcome screen for Coheus. We're now looking at the live Coheus screen, and you can see the chapters of the playbook going through the logical sequence of final disposition, the active loan pipeline, etc. For purposes of just a quick look, we're going to look at projected closings. And I can see projected closings by month, and if I pick August, which was when this data was put together, I can then go through and look at all the projected closings by loan type for each day of the month of August. I can also go through and say how many loans have actually been cleared to close. So this gives me a look at those loans in which I have high confidence that the loan will close. In looking at this, I have access to the detail. And one of the key design elements of Coheus is to be able to go from the enterprise level of data to loan level data with one click. You'll notice a red box jumps out here. This loan is cleared to close, but the lock is expired. And that's a visual indicator that someone needs to take action on this loan. That's one of the elements of Coheus that works so well. This type of detail is available so you can get right into the loan detail without having to go into the LOS itself. There's a lot more to look at in Coheus. I wanted to give you just a little kind of snippet to start. I invite you to join me on the next video for a deeper dive.